Good morning. Christmas time is here, happiness and cheer, fun for all that children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air, carols everywhere, olden times and ancient rhymes of love and dreams to share. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, we'll be drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year. Sleigh bells in the air, beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside and joyful memories there. Christmas time is here, we'll be drawing near. Oh, that we could always see such spirit through the year.
Please welcome to the Beamer, Reverend Dr. Keith Cox.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our in-person service here for the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles on this beautiful day. It is a beautiful day, isn't it? This beautiful day of December 11th in the year 2022. What a joy and pleasure and heartwarming opportunity it is to look out before me and see all of your beauty that is expressed in human form. And I'm very appreciative that you made the conscious decision to ignite the light in your heart by coming and being a part of our holiday service. Let's also give a huge shout out and a welcome to those that are watching us online through Zoom and or Facebook. Know that we have you in our heart today and that you're in our heart as we seize the opportunity to have some fun and celebrate the holiday and have some inspiration take place and some singing. Who wants to do some Christmas caroling? Good, so you'll see that you have a handout there at your chair, and there are lyrics to the carols that we will be singing along with today. For those of you online, Travis will put those on screen for you, so you'll be able to sing along with us in the joy of your home. Speaking of singing, we're so happy and honored to have as our musical artist today, the one and only Melissa Lewis. Let's give her a round of applause. Happy to have you here in the house. And of course, a part of our family for many years back as an accompaniment and co-musical director here for many years, Andy Belling. We have a beautiful holiday service planned today. I invite you to sit back, if you will, but stay very much awake and enjoy this time together as we reminisce and as we listen to things that we've heard before, as well as open ourselves up to a new a way of looking at life and potentially the holidays. I'm Reverend Dr. Keith Cox. I'm the spiritual leader here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Los Angeles, and we come together each and every Sunday morning. Typically it's online, and now it's once a month here in person, for the purpose of tuning into what our vision statement is for our community, which is supporting individuals finding a personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. Our objective here at the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles is to provide a physical safe place, whether that's virtual or in person, so that each individual may honor the individualized nature of the divine that we each express, and in so doing find empowerment as we tune into our spiritual nature, thus having an experience of an awakening. I've been looking at this concept of awakening for us and through my counseling services and personally a lot over the last couple of months. And the core philosophy and faith of the concept of an awakening in metaphysics is a remembrance of who we are in the immortal, infinite sea of consciousness. I was working with a client this week who was really grasping how to find the light inside of themselves, going through some turbulent times. And I said, as you navigate life, stop and imagine the furthest star that you can see in the sky, and to know that the power that generates that star is even further than that. But within that star is a bit of sparkly cosmic dust. And then bring that sparkly cosmic dust into your awareness, all the way into your heart. And then remember that you already have that sparkly dust within you, and those two dust particles come together and meet and ignite, and the light within grows brighter as it reflects the light that already exists out in the ethers. And so that's what we're here to do and to be on this journey, is to remember the light that exists within and to share it. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, we primarily teach and practice the philosophy, faith, and way of life known as the science of mind. It's a compilation of all the great religions and spiritual practices of the world that Dr. Ernest Holmes put together at the turn of the 19th century into the early 20th century. If we were to look at it without breaking it down into all of its cores and principles, the very essence of it is that there is this one power in the universe that is cause to that light I just spoke of, that exists in you and in me. That we access this power through our thinking, through our beliefs, through our actions, through our reactions and interactions in life itself. And the reason that that practice is important is because we live in a universe that is governed by spiritual law, meaning that the universe, the essence of the mechanical, if you will, part of the universe, responds to us by corresponding, giving to us a reflection of how we show up in life, both physically and believe ourselves to be. And so today, what we're looking to provide for each one of us is a way to fine-tune that looking and believing as to who we are, and then to make a commitment or a covenant or an intention to take that which we've learned or have been awakened within us today back out into the world, so that we consciously do our part, bless you, to, you're welcome, to spiritual practice in action as a, not just the bless you, but the thank you part, right? That's the give and take of it all. But as to then go up and show up in life in that way, right? To show up in that way. So that's what we are here to do. So, but before we do that, we're going to do some Christmas caroling. Who feels like they're ready to sing a song? All of you, right? So we want you to be loud and joyful and really into it. And you can pantomime or lip sync occasionally if you like. But
No, you can't.
no. But we really, really, really want to make sure that we deck these halls with the energy of who and what we are. You have, once again, within you the lyrics, and Andy and Melissa are going to take you through it. For those of you at home, the lyrics will be on the screen, and we're going to kick it off by singing the one, the only, Jingle Bells.
dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. He got into a drifted bank, and then we got upside. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Said the night wind to the little lamb, do you see what I see? Way up in the sky, little lamb, do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night, with a tail as big as a kite. With a tail as big as a kite. Said the little lamb to the shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? Ringing through the sky, shepherd boy, do you hear what I hear? A song, high above the trees, with a voice as big as a sea. With a voice as big as the sea. Said the shepherd boy to the mighty king, do you know what I know? In your palace wall, mighty king, do you know what I know? A child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Let us just bring him silver and gold. Said the king to the people everywhere, listen to what I say. Pray for peace, people everywhere, listen to what I say. The child sleeping in the night, he will bring us goodness and light. He will bring us goodness and light.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Andy. Thank you to each one of you, and I hope that all of you online got to enjoy that, as there will be some more singing for us. Before we move into our opening ritual, I would like to have us all take a moment and acknowledge the AIDS panel quilt that we have to our left. Yeah, as we were just singing that song, it became so prevalent in my mind that we were singing for each one of those gentlemen whose names are on that quilt, and for all the others that passed from AIDS and are being affected by AIDS. The panel is here because we share in a World AIDS Day service with Congregation Carole, who this is their building, and we share home with them. And they, along with several other interfaith leaders and elected city officials, both a city council person and a West Hollywood council person, both of whom are going off their elected positions this year. We were all here for that beautiful event on World AIDS Day on December 1st. And I think it's important, I specified and requested that we keep the panel here for our service today. And I think it's important for us that as we move into the state of remembrance and sing and have fun and ask the power, do you hear what I hear and do you see what I hear, and speak of a star, to remember that these gentlemen, among many others, whose star was extinguished on this earthly plane, still live wherever they may be. And let's include them along with any other loved ones in our life who have transpired. The panel that you see that says, "Look at me, Mr. I'm a Star," with the name William P. Leonard on it. William Leonard was the husband of a Carole member here, and he got up on World's AIDS Day and spoke of the beautiful, beautiful journey of the two of them meeting and the life they had together, and then the horror as Bill, his husband, passed on. And so I on this day of living in the light, I want us to remember them all. And to honor those that are all still here with us, shining their light so brightly. I'm now inviting to the bema someone who shines her light incredibly brightly, and we could not be more blessed to have this lovely lady as a part of our congregation, to be more blessed to know that she's out living her light as she walks Mother Earth so brightly and so beautifully and so authentically. And we're also incredibly blessed to have her here as a board member. I'd like to welcome to the bema Olivia Lawless.
Good morning. Today we perform the ceremony called Calling in the Light, which we do every service. At this time, as we celebrate the light of the divine, may this ritual stimulate within each of us a remembrance of the light that shines within each of us. We perform this ceremony today to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. And to remember it is infinite by nature and not bound by space and time. The purpose of this ritual is to draw into our gathering a conscious awareness of our oneness and the qualities we possess as complete expressions of the divine. The qualities include, but are not limited to, peace, power, beauty, joy, light, life, love, and wisdom. For those of you in the room, you will notice on the wall, as Keith mentioned, the AIDS quilt, and we chose to keep it here for our service today. May we celebrate Christmas today, which represents the birth of the miraculous light within all. And as we call in the light, may we also include the light of those whose names are on said panel. Feel free to call them out if you feel compelled, or if you have anyone that you know who's passed from that disease of AIDS, or you've been impacted. Thank you. I would like to share a poem from Rumi, the 12th century poet, as a guide for each of us on our journey of life. In your light. I know you're tired, but come. This is the way. In your light, I learn how to love. In your beauty, how to make poems. You dance inside my chest where no one sees you, but sometimes I do. And that sight becomes this art. Rumi. And so it is.
Thank you, Olivia. So continuing on this vein of remembrance and honoring the light within us, I'd like to welcome our president of our Board of Trustees, Dennis Goodine, to the BEMA to read a letter that we read each year that is a Christmas letter written by Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Teachings of the Science of Mind. Dennis?
Good morning, everybody. Please feel free to, if you feel inspired to, close your eyes and kind of take this in a little bit. So it's a Christmas letter from Dr. Ernest Holmes. Christmas is for remembrance. The love manifesting through our gifts to each other typifies the offering of life, the givingness of spirit to its creation. The hands of the eternal are outstretched through our hands, and the heart of the infinite beats in the human breast. But the giver must give of himself, for the gift without the giver is bare. It is not then in lavish gifts that we find true giving, but the sweet simplicity of remembrance, in the kindly thought, the tolerant mind, and the gentle act. Love alone can give love, sympathy alone can sympathize, and only goodness can really do good or be good. The one who gives for reward does not give at all. He seeks bargain to trade for spiritual gifts. Hence, he senses loss of his own giving that finds no completion through the act. But he who gives half his meat to the hungry feels justified and is warmed by the real sense of comradeship. He has established an actual unity between himself, and other offspring of creation. Great causes succeed when great causes succeed when there is a giving of humanity. With the check must come the one who wrote it, his interest his enthusiasm, his love. The check must be a symbol of his desire to impart himself. Then shall it multiply its benefits and do good. Charity is cold, but warm as love. When the heart speaks to heart, a divine conversation has taken place, a heavenly discourse. Each of us has something to give. Let each see that he gives of his best. If we are bringing our gifts to the altar of love, nothing less than the best will be acceptable. Nothing less than all is enough. May the real spirit of Christmas, the giving of self, the giving of self to life, enter and abide in you and through all time.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
So beautiful. And thank you, Ernest, right? His words are quite profound for us in life. And I know that there are many days that I certainly appreciate and cherish the words of Ernest Holmes, which has certainly changed my life often, and I'm assuming for many of you that's been the case as well. It's really good to be here today, isn't it? So wonderful to look out and see you all and to know that we have those that are joining us online. And I'd just like to share with you that let's hold in the space of love that we have in Calling in the Light and that we feel in the room. That for those that are online, whether they watch us live or not. I ran into someone last night, I'll put it that way, that watches us online in a different state, and in a very emotional way shared with me the impact that this ministry has had on her life, really through an act of salvation. And because it's there's a place for her to turn. And so I want to thank all of you that support this ministry and are a conscious part of it, to know that in its far-reaching state, when we least expect it, we are indeed making a difference. That was the first vision statement for this community when it was known as the Los Angeles Church of Religious Science, which was to make a difference. And we continue to do that, being who we are and living our authenticity and being real. This next being that's going to come up, who is authentic and real and certainly holds a special place in my heart. And I'm so happy that she's here today with her beloved spiritual, physical offspring as well, who they're happy to be here and really not happy to be here at the same time. And so I honor that. Please welcome back to the Bema Melissa Lewis and Andy Lewis. Andy Belly.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing Alleluia. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face. With the dawn of redeeming grace, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
So beautiful and touching. As I was listening to you sing in the beautiful way that you do, and you know how your voice and your gift touches my soul. So thank you for that. I was flashing back on listening to the lyrics and singing those lyrics as a child at the First Baptist Church in Jonesboro, Georgia, and over the many years. And there was a period of time in my life when this time of year, from a traditional religious perspective, would have produced vile in my being as I fought against the orientation and the tradition of religion in its sense, and the persecution that it held and certainly held over me. Through acts of forgiveness and opening my mind to have a new thought, we are a new thought teaching, right? So to be willing to be open to doing that myself, I can now listen to these lyrics called Silent Night through a different lens, through the lens of hearing the words radiant being, right? Which speaks to exactly what we teach here, is that as we ignite the Christ, not, Christ wasn't his surname, it was Jesus the Christ, meaning that he had within him the awakened nature of the divine, the pureness that all babies have when they come into life. And that as he lived out his radiance, he was able to step into what we like to call in modern terms miracles. At least those miracles are what are addressed through the stories of his life that were told through the book that have been compiled together that is called the Bible. And so today I invite all of us to begin to open to a new way of looking at not only this holiday and other holidays, and being able to hold reverence for our past, not letting that be a drag or all about sadness, but to be willing to be open to goodness and mercy and light on this journey, and to consciously be a conscious participant in living out our theme. Our theme for the month is 'Tis the Season of Light. Last week I spoke about light as a concept, using the poem from Amanda Gorman of "There is always light. If only we're brave enough to see it, and if only we're brave enough to be it." I believe that as we begin to look at life through a new lens and various different times in our life, we have the opportunity to be brave enough to be the light of the divine in a new way. I'd like to continue this message by sharing a quote from the teachings of Buddha. "Following the noble path is like entering a dark room with a light in the hand. The darkness will all be cleared away and the room will be filled with light. People who understand the meaning of the noble truths, have learned to follow the noble path, are in possession of the light of wisdom that will clear away the darkness of ignorance." Now, you may wonder why I'm beginning my message on this Christmas holiday service with the teachings of Buddha. But I'm doing that because personally, I believe the light and the noble path that's being referenced here speaks to the true meaning of this holiday. I'm not speaking specifically of the secular or commercial celebration of Christmas. I was speaking of the story of the miracle of the birth of the baby Jesus, who, according to the story in the Holy Bible, was born as the anointed one, the Son of God, or as I said a moment ago, simply the Christ. In traditional metaphysical teachings, including that which we practice here at the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, it's our belief that Jesus, or the story of Jesus, isn't to be taken literally. That his birth, his life, and his actions, and his death are all an example of the light that exists within each and every one of us. We need to hear that again, to not be taken literally, but to be looked at as an example for each one of us, that if that light existed within Jesus, the child, out picturing the light as the Christ, then it's possible for each and every one of us. This holiday is a reminder, and I just felt that reminder sitting there listening to Silent Night when thinking earlier in the season that I was really going to be a Scrooge and a bah humbug. And I've decided I'm not going to be, that I really want to allow the light and the message and the remembrance of this holiday to ring true with a resonance, a vibrational frequency to live in a new way. This holiday is a reminder in its beautiful message and story of the connection that we all share in humanity and the ability that we have to consciously bring forth through our own light and how we let it shine on our pathway, and through the manner in which we live our lives, and then what we choose to believe, how we know ourselves to be as a light, and then share its presence to the world. Our calling, if you will, during this time, and really all times of life, is to expand our beliefs and approach to life as if the miracle of the birth of the Anointed One is there for the thinking and believing every day of the year. And the reason it's important for us to begin to believe that is because it's true. A miracle, in its traditional sense, is defined as an unusual or wonderful event believed to be caused by the power of God. Now, the key to using this definition and approach in life can only work for us when we have a very clear understanding of what that word, G-O-D, means to us, and through an intentional and purposeful and an application of faith. Faith in a power of this power being universal, omniscient, omnipresent, while creating through us as an individual. I saw this really cute meme this week that had a picture of a person and a dog. And the person had been walking the dog, and the dog had done their business, and there was a tree, and there was a flower, and there was a car, and there was a cat hiding behind the tree. And it says, omnipresence explanation. And in front of each one of the dog and its business and the tree and the human and the cat and it said God with an arrow pointed to it. Meaning that everything is God. God is all there is, right? And you're that power, and I'm that power. Hazel's that power, who's over there sleeping in Dennis's arms, right? We're all that power, and we have before us an opportunity of having a clearer and clearer and clearer understanding of the omniscient power, the omnipotent power of the divine that exists in, as, and through us, and a faith in it that we can then play a vital and necessary role in a conscious participation in co-creating the life we desire to experience. And to know that on this journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, there will still be things in life that may be unexplainable, even possibly disturbing and distressing at times. But it's important for each and every one of us to remember that the nature of nature and the miracle of life is constant, and it's infinite by nature, and it's always at our beck and call. meaning that it's always awaiting our recognition of it. And our role in this journey of life, as we tune into being a conscious evolutionary part of it, is to approach it, to engage with it, to acknowledge it at the highest vibrational frequency possible, highest consciousness possible, and to remember that miracles are happening right now. Some of them in their most simplest format is that our hearts are beating right now, that our lungs are functioning, that our brains are doing their job, that we have food, shelter, safety, and goodwill in our life. At a broader level, that the earth continues to spin on its axis, and it contributes to orbit the sun, and that the sun isn't too hot to burn us all up, and that gravity works. Another miracle is that love is tangible and real, and that music brings us joy, as does art. That our ears get to process the beauty of the music that we shared in today. And that we can dance rhythmically to, some of us, rhythmically to whatever music we hear. All of this is a result of the laws of spirituality and the laws of life doing their part. And these are laws in life that are to be tuned into to the best of our ability with every thought, action, reaction, and interaction with life itself. And to remember that unlike traffic laws, if we don't heed these, we won't be cited or fined for breaking them. But we will experience the results of not tuning into them. Today, we're reminded to begin to live life as a miracle. More and more and more. In metaphysical terms, a miracle is defined in this way by Ernest Holmes. He says, because we fail to realize that principle is not bound by precedent, we limit our faith to that which has already been accomplished. And thus, few miracles result. However, when through intuition, faith finds its proper place under divine law, there are no limitations, and what are called miraculous results occur. Today, I'm inviting each of us to commit to ourselves to have a more active faith. As Holmes tells us, to have the faith of God, not a faith in God. And to do this, our thought must be centered in universal mind. It must be centered in an acceptance of this impersonal, yet exceedingly powerful presence that is within us, that has qualities that are known as peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and wisdom, and most importantly, love. During this holiday season, we're called to believe in love in a greater way. We're called to believe and work in conformity with the laws of life. What's called for us to do is to remember that the physical, tangible things of life are really quite immaterial. What matters is how we show up and what we're willing to give. In the book, Matthew, of the Bible, it tells us how to approach it when it says, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away." Today, let's begin to see the miracle of life in a new way. In A Course in Miracles, another metaphysical teaching, we're taught that a miracle is simply a shift in perspective. Today, I invite us all to take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, let's let go of any perspective that we've had in life that isn't based in a miracle or light or love. And then take another deep breath in. And when we exhale, let's feel empowered to know that when we rise up from our chairs today and move beyond this beautiful service that we've shared together, that this empowerment of rising up isn't simply just an act of physicality. It's a metaphorical act of an awakening to a new way of living life, a new way of choosing to be a radiant being in life, to give of our peace and our power and our beauty and our joy and our light and our life and our love and our wisdom in a new way, to be more kind and compassionate and forgiving on this journey, to be willing to oftentimes shut up before we speak. And the reason for that is so that we can turn within and prepare our being for how we want to engage in life. It's through that moment of willing to be silent and to not necessarily listen from the outside, but to listen from the inside, that the light becomes brighter and we're guided to then be a witness to the miracle of life itself. My time is up. Thank you, and Merry Christmas. Thank you. I believe I'm going to invite Melissa back for another song, Melissa and Andy.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is a bluebird, here to stay is a new bird, to sing a love song while we stroll along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, we'll pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no man, but you can do the job while you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, we'll pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no man, but you can do the job while you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland.
So now we all get to sing again. We all get to sing again. Our next carol is O Come, All Ye Faithful.
Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Sing in exhalation, sing all that herein heaven's holy word. Give to our Father glory to the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Oh, hail, Lord, we greet thee, born this happy morning, oh Jesus, forevermore be thy name adored. Word of the Father, now in flesh appearing. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
So beautiful. So beautiful. So now is the time in our service that we have the opportunity to support our community financially. We want you to know that at this time of holiday giving, we appreciate all of your financial support. Robert in the back will hand off, there's a beautiful bag that will be passed around. If you'd like to give in person, feel free to do so there. If you also can join us online by giving, if you go to our website, CSL-LA.org, you can click on donate and that will give you an opportunity to do so. Andy will play a little music underneath us while we're passing the thing around. And just know that your support is acknowledged and honored and appreciated. And as I shared last week, to remind you that we are a tithing community, and so 10% of all income that comes in goes back out to making a difference here on our planet. And so thank you for that. And so while that's being passed around, I'd just like to share with you that feel free to check out what's going on in our world through our website, CSL-LA.org. You can go to the app in the App Store. We have an app called Centers for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, as well as there's a daily text that goes out each day, that is a new thought text for the day. So please feel free to avail yourself of that. You can sign up for that on our website, as well as our weekly e-newsletter goes out first part of the week, and then we have a midweek morning meditation that takes place every Wednesday morning at 8:30. All of this information can be found on our website. And so as we close out the giving portion of our service, let's all take a deep breath in and close our eyes if that feels good to you. And just imagine that which you've just given consciously in the way of finances is circulating around the world. That just like I spoke earlier of the particles of cosmic dust in the sky doing its part, that's true too of money. And so it's doing its part circulating out through the universe. It returns to each one of us multiplied abundantly. So please repeat after me. Today is the day that I give from love with an open heart. I choose right now to have the faith of God, affirming I live in an abundant universe. And so that which I give, I do so unconditionally, but with a deep conviction that the law of life is always doing its part. And so it's returned to me, multiplied abundantly. I live in a state of gratitude and await all the miracles to come. And so it is. And so we're going to close with a meditation prayer and then sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. I want to thank you all for being here today. I hope it's been a wonderful experience for you all. It certainly has been for me. Just love sharing in this space with all of you. Love having Andy Belling back here. And big thank you to that. A big thank you to Melissa Lewis for being here today to share your light as always. Always, always. A huge thank you to Travis Smith, our audio technician, who does wonders and sets up the room and keeps us going. A big thank you to Robert Hensley in the back, who is our social guru, not social guru, but social media guru. Maybe we could add that to his job list of being a social guru, plan some parties for us, right? But also our administrative assistant. And a big thank you to each and every one of us today as we've chosen to tune in to a greater understanding of who we are as divine beings and to shine that light. I would like to acknowledge someone that's in the room who worked with us for many years and drove in from Palm Desert this morning, Bob Zielinski. It's so good to see you. Also, my dear friend Rachel Hobrow is here today, and she's just opened a show in an art gallery that's really wonderful at Helms Bakery, right? If anyone would like to go see some amazing art, you can talk to Rachel at the end and hear about it, or reach out to me. I'll be happy to share information of connecting with her. So we're all doing good work in the world. Please continue to do that. Please continue to shine your light. And if I don't see you in person between now and Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas, a happy Hanukkah, a happy Kwanzaa, and a wonderful holiday season. Let's close in prayer, and then we'll sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. I know I keep thinking Andy's reading my mind. That's a great place to be sometimes, and really scary as well. So just exhale. If it feels comfortable to you, close your eyes. Imagine into your imagination the light of the divine. The flickering flame of life. The miracle of life. Let's remember together, it's there. Always has been and always will be. And that's true for everyone, every being of life. And so take a moment and thank all of those who've been in our lives that have let their light shine. Maybe our four-legged spiritual offspring, our pets, our parents, our teachers, our friends, family, each other. And in this state of gratitude for them giving to us what they gave, let's heed the invitation to shine our light brightly. And so as I extinguish the flame of the candle on the bima, the flame within each and every one of us grows brighter and brighter and brighter. So in our mind's eye, we then take this torch and extend it to the next being of light, thus being cause to peace on earth being more present than before. And so we close now by singing the song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. The lyrics are in your handout, I believe. And if not, we'll take you through them. They're not. We'll take you through them.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday. Continue to shine your light. Namaste.